God, me sick, me Reggaeville.
Reggaeville family, I am here with no other than the king of the dancehall. Beenie Man is here with me straight from Kingston, Jamaica, and we have an occasion to celebrate because just last week Friday he dropped his 17th studio album. Simma is out. Beenie Man, I know you're a man who is full of lyrics, but if you had to choose only three words, how would you describe this album?
Greatest of all time.
Scene. And you said previously when you described the album, you said people need to calm down and simmer. The king is here. The king is right
Yeah,
here, right now. What
yeah.
are people too excited, too hype about, too loud? What are you referring to in particular with that statement?
No, all right. You see, music is something to be hype about, but music is something to calm you. Music is something to get you through your troubles. Music is something to get you through your distress. Music is something to get you through everything, which is a problem. So you have people who watch movie or them listen to music. So when you're making an album, you're making an album to please everybody. So you have a couple break up, them can find a song on your album where them can play it to get them back into the mood what them need to be into. And then you have a lot of things that happening to people right through the world where you have a song where you can get them back into. So it's not about saying, yeah, the artist them a make nice or them a chat a bag of foolishness. It's just music. And I'm introducing my music to people. It's not like I am doing trap music, not like I'm doing a next music. I am doing dancehall music in a different form. So, it's all about that. Simmer, the king is still here. Don't worry about the music.
Yeah, man, yeah, man. We're really happy that the King is still here and the album is out. And prior to the release, you explained that the album took you about 3 years, and the
Yeah,
process, I think, if I'm correct, started with the sad loss of your dearly beloved mother, Lilith,
my
right?
mom's. Yeah.
Yes. Please tell me a bit about the process of the production and what impressions and emotions and what state of mind had an impact on Simma.
All right. You see, all right. The whole entire thing, you remember, all right. You see, if you love your mom like how I love my mom, when I lost my mom, it was really a depressing time. It was really distressing, like seriously, because I did everything. I have to move my mother from out of our house and put her in another house. And then my sisters and brothers want to bury her and all of these things. And I decide, like, no, this is not going to happen. I need to see my mother even have a 50 years when she died. So they have to do all of that, to put her through all of that and, get it processed in the right way. It was it was very interesting. But what get interesting is when we start see her and I'm sleep and all these things and she say you need to get back to work. You need to do what you have to do. You need to make sure that you are right. Don't worry about me. So yeah, I decided to do that.
Mhm.
And this is the result. Simmer. Trust me. Regardless of how much stage show I've done in life, and regardless of how much dance I've done in life, or how much live performance or how much videos I've done in life. This is the body of work that, I really, we call it now, committed myself to. This body of work what I never expected to happen, but it happened. To do a song with Shaggy and his old beat, to do a song with Sean Paul and the original movie star rhythm, it's not easy. It's very easy for me to go into the studio and say, all right, come let us make a song, but make a song that I want to make. It never happened unless there's a company behind it or somebody's paying some money or something. But from my walk in the studio, everybody just ready to work, and yeah, it was very entertaining and it was fulfilled it fulfilled my art to know that all the artists willing to do this job with me. And yeah, it was a great feeling. Trust me. To make this album, the work was not even easy. It was, wow. It was playful, it was enjoyable, and it was lively and lovely.
Wow, that's wonderful. And did this whole process also help you cope with the loss? Because I think, if I'm correct, Back to Basics, for example, that album was also created like in your hospital bed, right? After also
Yeah,
a very impactful the car accident, which was
yeah.
also a great impact in your life.
So it's not, there always a tragedy that make a great album, but it just happened that way. Because
Uh,
many moves of Moses wasn't a tragedy, Blessed wasn't a tragedy, the Maestro wasn't none of that. So sometimes when you have done your best work, is sometimes it's going through you know fatal depression, Jet. Like you just want to get over it, and the only way to get over it is to go in the studio and do what you do best, make music.
right, right. So we're looking forward to more music and less tragedy.
Yeah, we're always looking towards that, but life is life.
Right, right.
You cannot fight what to come.
No, sir, no, sir. You don't have no influence on that. No, no.
This is
A lot of,
if I could peep through a keyhole and see the future, then I would tell you that tomorrow it will be ready. But tomorrow set for no one.
that's true, that's true. But yeah, we said more great albums. This great album now was created with the productions of many, many amazing producers, and
Yeah,
musically it's very diverse. How
yeah.
did styles like drill or Afrobeats end up on this album?
Because all right, remember dancehall have created all these musics. Dancehall created drill, dancehall created Afrobeat, dancehall created all this music. So, in a sense, you're still doing dancehall. The beat is just different, but slightly you have the same kick, you have the same hi-hat, you have the same bass. Because all this music never have no bass until dancehall start. Boom, 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 boom. So you're still doing dancehall, regardless of what they call the music. You see? So it's just you to put lyrics to it and make them know that this is our music. Because, all right, if it wasn't dancehall, I couldn't DJ on it. I'll have to sing. You get to me, I say? All right, like the Janet Jackson song is not dancehall. It was created by a hip hop producer who make pop music. So this is a pop music. So I will take the stars out the skies for you. This different thing. So Janet Jackson come and say, "It's alright if you feel it, boy." You see? So I come and say, "Gallo, tell you wanna call me damn name. So that bring me joy, you brought me pain." So that is like you sing Jane. You get to me, I say, but you're still DJing because you have to put the Jamaican vibes in the music for people to understand that you are you. But on this album, I don't have to do nothing like that more than just put me.
Hmm. Put the King, and the King is the second
Yeah,
track after the wonderful Simma,
yeah,
the really cool mellow Simma, the King.
yeah.
The King is a dark, is a powerful, is a
That,
massive
yeah,
track where I can totally imagine you starting a show with. And when
yeah,
you released the album, you said, I'll do what I love best,
yeah,
touring, and so forth, goes the quote. So,
yes.
will you present this album live? And if so, when and where can the people see you?
Ah, very soon. Don't worry about it.
Okay, good.
We have a show that we're planning to present the album. And I think the show should be a live show online and on TV and everywhere. So people can really get the full album.
Mad.
But we're still in rehearsal, working out the music, working out the lyrics, doing all of that and doing that. So you will know exactly when it's coming up.
All right, definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, we have King, this tune that I love very much, followed by mad dancehall track named Sharpshooter, and then Chop Suey. So
Yeah.
here's the question now: why them call you Chop Suey?
Yeah, well, the girls think I'm nice like food. What are you saying?
Ah,
Everybody eat Chinese food. Think about it. Even the
see,
African eat Chinese food. So
see.
why it not be chop suey? You can't just be jerk chicken. Everybody don't know about jerk chicken. There you go.
All right, you have to cater to everybody, right? To every gal.
Everyone that know
See?
about nice food, chop suey is the thing.
So do
It's
you
chicken and
also love
vegetable.
chop suey? You love chop suey?
Well, food is food.
Yeah.
I don't
You don't have
fight
no
food
favorite
war.
food?
No, I'm gonna fight food war. I just not eat pork.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Any
But
other
I'm gonna
favorite
fight food
food?
war.
No.
My favorite food is Jamaican food. Turn cornmeal and steamed fish. Can't eat it every day, but yeah, favorite food.
Sounds good still.
That's it.
And besides chop suey, them call you, of course, as you know, long time, them call you the doctor, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So this album now had you reunite with Maya for this track,
yeah,
23 years after Girls Them Sugar. So how
yeah.
was this reunion and how was the energy like when you created this combination?
No, man, the energy was great because Maya is always my friend. She's always been there. She always supported my music right through. Because remember, the song with me and Maya is one of our biggest songs. So she always performing the song on stage, and this song take her across the world because she's American, and you know the thing, girl. Win a Grammy for the song and all of these things. So you know what happened. So she's always there. She always waiting for when I'm ready to make a music. Always. So as I call her, she slip bam one time. It's
Wow.
that.
Great, great, great. So the girls are lucky when they get the doctor. Of course, they're
Always.
less happy when there is a breakup. And you're also dealing with that matter with Tina, aka Hood Celebrity, on
Yeah.
Let Go. And
That's cool.
yeah, and even though the topic, um, breaking up with a partner, that's a rough issue and so forth, the whole song is kind of cool and
And
calm. And
nice. Yeah.
but yeah, so is that the irony
Yeah,
that you're
it is
dealing
the
with that
irony. The
that
problem is
rational?
you breaking up and feeling good at the same time because it's not a choice of you're fighting. It's just you are doing things that your partner is not agreeing with. And yeah, so well, I better if we just cut. If you're not deal with me, I deal with I better you just cut. You see it. So it's not really you cheating or you having a next girlfriend or she having a next boyfriend. It's just she's doing things that you don't like and you are doing things that she don't like. So you are tell she who you are and she are tell you who she she is. And the two of you just work it out and say it's better if we just let go. So it's better being friends more than being together.
Which is right, which is right. But do you think that people can really deal with the matter that cool and calm and rational?
Yeah, well, everybody will have a relationship where end like that can deal with it. It's not everybody can relate because you have people who have relationship or break up sadly by war or fight or some things. But you have people in the world who just decide say, you know, I better me go right and you go left without fighting or flinging a stone.
True. And you said that you wrote songs that everyone can relate to, right? So
There you
everyone can find the song.
go. There you go.
See, we mentioned several of the collaborations already, and the list of feature guests on Simma is humongous.
Humongous. Yeah.
Humongous. So he mentioned some collaborations came about because you did songs for those people on their respective albums, and then they kind of returned the favor. But how did combinations, like really interesting, wicked combinations, like for example, Sean Paul and Red Rose, or Charlie Black and Louis Culture together, get together?
Those two just happening. just happened. All right. The night I was recording the song, I was, help me just so I get to give so I can praise you all the days that I live. Then Charlie Black's walk in the studio. Now, he came to book a birthday party for his birthday. But me, I said, okay, we need a upon a song here. Because he must say, why you need upon a song here? Because I never heard Charlie Black's go in this genre. And as an artist, as a dancehall artist, you have to go through every genre. You have to go through reggae, you have to go through roots, and you have to go through dancehall. So I introduced him to this part of the roots. And said, this is roots and culture. This is where the people who listen to roots are going to listen to you from. So I give him that idea and he went. Then Louis Culture just walked in the studio same time. And he was keeping a birthday party too, same time at the time. So, so everybody come for book a show and end up booking on the track. And the track end up beautiful because everybody is the same format they want to go into, especially Louis Culture. That's his format. That's not even my format. Seriously. But I decided to did that song because we need a prayer. We cannot have a whole album without somebody praying for the world.
Definitely, definitely. And
That's
we have the next combination that I mentioned, the Sean
Red
Paul and
Rose.
bread roasting,
Yeah,
the
that one the
superstar.
wicked because no, we were actually making some music near Anthony Red Rose. You know, we make like 3 songs together. We came with some other artists and some other artists and some other direction from some other music, and then we get the rhythm. So we was actually playing the rhythm in the studio, and him start, oh my melody. I mean I said that melody sound good, you know. So me I said, okay, make we do like this. I know that everybody everybody don't know we are the star of the show. Now that put me in a different mood. Now me have to build my whole entire verse after that. So Sean Paul, I think yeah, Sean Paul was in America, was coming in the next day. So we put off the device in until the next day. So Red was did his hook, and I waited till Sean Paul came in. Then I did my verse, and then he realized what where we're exactly coming from. Because I like when the food cook fresh. We can't eat the food after 2 days after. You have to go at it up back again. So we need when the pot come out for the fire, the food hot. So you eat the food right. You see it. So that's what happened to that song. Trust me.
And why did you
It wasn't
choose?
hard. It was simple. It wasn't hard.
See, why did you choose to incorporate this organ element or from the movie Star Rhythm from Penthouse?
Yeah, well, all right. You see, Movie Star is one of every Jamaican favorite song. From Delroy Wilson days up to when Buju Banton and Wayne Wonder did it. So it's always one of our favorite songs. So it's a song that we always know as a song that will always be a roots Jamaican song. Not only roots, but a love song that can put in an R&B category. See, so we wasn't singing about a girl for tell her that I may not be a superstar or a movie star. You know, this is not those days. Those days is when a man try to tell a woman say, I may not be, financially fully, but I will kill you with love. This is no time to woman know so we can love her. She know that already. So now is we are financially good. Sean Paul good. Red was good. Me good. You understand what I say? So this is now for people to know that we are doing the superstar thing. So if you see us with a girl, that's our woman. So it's not we don't have to tell her nothing like, we she know exactly what is happening. So it's all about telling the people where we're coming from to where we're at now.
Mhm.
We are coming from telling people how poor it was to telling people this is where we reach. We can go to any arena, full out any arena. We can go to any stadium, full out any stadium. So we're living a superstar lifestyle. It's not boasting nor bragging. It's just telling people that we are here.
And I think that you and Red Rose, you guys have a history of friendship as well, right?
Yeah, he's the one that made me who I am.
Tell me what happened. Tell me what he did.
Oh, Red Rose, he's the one that produced Batman, Wicked Man, Tech Man, Fita, Locking at Me, and Kill and Destroy from a long time. And I know Red Rose from Tubby's days, from He Just Come Out. So me and Red Rose have been friends for, wow, since I was 7 years of age. Yeah. That's how long I know Red Rose.
Mm-hmm. That is a long, long history. And also really a friendship.
Always. Trust me. I know Red Rose from the 80s, not the 90s, from the 80s, like 1983, 82, them time, like long time.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me.
So these are some of the artists you mentioned. Shaggy, you mentioned Sean Paul, you mentioned Red Rose. When you work with younger artists, people, let's say for instance, Dexter, Shensia, and so forth, is that a situation where you would say, okay, you as the elder statesman in the business, the one with the decades of experience, is that a relationship where you are more the mentor and the teacher in the studio, or is that still, since you're both artists, an equal level where you exchange and you both benefit?
It wasn't about that. Me and Dexter have that on a mutual respect. The first time that I've worked with Dexter that was on his album. And then him play a beat for me and say, he might try to find a song for the beat and can't find a song for the beat. So I said, well, yeah, the beat bad. But he must say he don't know which direction to go. So me start. And then him start think. And then me start. And then him start think. And him start think. And then him find it. So you get to realize, working with an artist with mutual respect is you show him something that him think was impossible, but it's possible. So there's a possibility right through all of music. So when him find that punchline, and then I find the verses, it was very easy. Then him decides, say, yo, we need a verse too. And then we do a verse. Now, this is a song on his album. What the album they call again? Vent. Me and Dexter on that album. The album called Vent. So me call him now for my album. And then when he came, he didn't just start sing because he don't want me to start sing before him again. So it's a matter of showing that I have learned. So that was a great thing. Since she has the same thing. She come with her album and I go broke one time and then me send my song again and she show me so she learned. So, it's a problem of I'm not teaching them. They are getting example and professional, advice, and they take it and they move with it. And that's the only way you can get through music. Because if I never listened to Bob Marley or Peter Tosh or Shabba Rankin and Ninja Man, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that with them. And I love that.
Yeah, man. I'm sure that is a mutual situation for everybody
Jamaica
involved
call
because
it professional courtesy. But we
Mm.
call it mutual courtesy because I respect them as the same way like how them respect me. So it's not a professionalism or who in the business longer than who. It's just what are you doing in your whole career, and you make yourself a person that the people want to see. I did that for myself. They did that for them. So I appreciate them. Them appreciate me.
Mm. And what you did, I mentioned being a mentor, being a role model also, not just for other artists, but when I listened to your album, what I recognized, what there is no negativity. There is no glorifying of any form of violence,
Badness, nothing. Yeah.
nothing like that. Is that something that you decide deliberately? saying I don't want to be that, or it's just your nature that fuels what
No,
is
it's
on.
not. It's not really nature. I have a kid that's becoming 5 year old, and I mean I like she to listen to my album too. So you make songs for your family and everybody out there, not only for you. You make songs for everybody to listen to. Your grandmother, your great grandmother, you know, your mother, your father, everybody can listen to. So it's not really something that we plan to do. It's a life that you grow into. You get me? Because, all right, remember when the bus 1992 was the gun talk and bad man, wicked man, no take man for toy, black in a man, more kill and destroy, cross the bridge, and 10 days a young man. So what is happening now is you are trying to providing for your families, and this is what is happening. So when you come of age to know that your family are listening to your songs, you have to sing songs that them can listen to. So when them have them family, them can say, "Oh, this is your grandfather." You get what I'm saying? So yeah. So
Right.
that is the message that I'm trying to send. Make good music lasts forever.
Yeah, exactly. That will definitely last forever. This album is one for those,
Remember
one of
Bob
those.
Marley said, "I shot the sheriff,"
Mhm.
but guess what? I'm never did. Never shoot the deputy. So the sheriff have to do something wrong to get shot. Don't
I wasn't there, so I don't know what.
we never
what
did. But as I said, never did. Yeah. Just say.
right, right. But once more, we have it: music and album songs for everybody, from the child to the grandmother, great grandmother,
To
everybody,
everybody. Yeah.
everybody. The cover artwork is something that I would also love to speak about. It's a beautiful artwork with a variety of elements. A goat is there.
Yeah, with the
Fire is,
goat. Yeah. Greatest of all time.
yes, as a symbol for that, of course. Fire, a strong historic stone structure,
Yes.
a
Yeah.
kingly coat. Can you
Yeah.
explain to me why you chose those elements that we see on that picture?
All right. You see, this is the reason why you have good people work for you. Because good people think of you in a different manner. People think of you in the way that they want to see you exactly into. So sometimes you have a man who say, "Yeah, better you put on a strap or, put on a pretty shirt or put on a pants." When people see you as a king and accept you as that person, that's the way they want to. That's the project they want to see with you. So this is the reason why I think they chose that type of pictures and that type of things. So I didn't do none of that. This was all MD Entertainment.
Mhm. Mhm.
It wasn't my choice. But I
This-
went with it because I am the man who have to put on all of that thing. I am
Yes,
the man who have to have
exactly.
a big ram goat side of me. So, a ram goat buck like them really do, like seriously.
But so how did this goat collaborate during this photo shoot?
Well, the goat just walk up.
So the
We were
goat
in the
was
woods.
looking into the camera when it was supposed to do that?
We just in the woods and the goat just walk up. So we just decided to keep it.
Okay. So that wasn't planned,
No, you just walk up.
random.
It's in a bush. Goat just walk up and the cameraman take the first picture so the goat couldn't move again.
Okay.
Cause the cameraman liked the picture and he must say, "Yo, the goat in that picture," and I say, "Alright. Greatest of all time,
Yes,
don't move
exactly.
it."
Because it looks absolutely as if you planned that.
It wasn't that plan. The goat just walk up and stand up and looking at the camera and just say, "Oh, I'm through now." Get my picture to and them couldn't move him because them that try move him and then him start buck.
Mhm.
So them just leave him and him just come stand up and him no move until the whole shoot finish. He was there all day. Then, till the owner come see him and put one rope around him neck and try him. Yeah.
Wow.
That is not a plan.
No, it was not a plan, but it's still as a goat, and as you mentioned, the answer of your first question, It couldn't
Yeah,
be any better, right?
it couldn't be any better. Seriously, yes.
Yeah,
But it
man.
worked because everybody that wonder about the picture of the goat, but the goat just come. I don't know who sent him. Them say sometimes God work in mysterious ways. So I think God was being mysterious that day.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's true.
He was in a good mood that day.
Yeah, it was a good move that day. Seriously.
So at this point now, with this 17th, I mean, this is crazy, right? 17th studio album out, and with 50 years of age, and I have to say happy birthday still, of
Thank you
course,
very much.
all the very best. Are you at a point also when you look at the cover and you look very thoughtful and reminiscing and stuff, where you look back on what happened, or are you still hungry and looking for the next 17 albums to come?
Yeah, man, I look for the next 17 album because in music, you cannot be comfortable in music because there's so much things happening in the world that you need to soothe the world with music. It's only music alone can soothe the world. With all of these things going on in Russia and all these things, them just need a good concert and everybody will be all right. You get what I say? So it's only music can soothe the world. So with all these things happening in the world, you cannot sit down and think about, yeah, everything all right. And no, you have to continuously thinking about how to make people feel good. Trust me.
Which is
So
right.
it's not about how you feel and what you think or where you feel music reach. And yet you reach your highest point. You never reach your highest point in music. Never will ever reach your highest point in music. Anybody here resign from music, them make too much money. That's why they were in the music. They come in the music for money. But there's nobody that in this world of niggerdom that love music and resign because they make enough money. Trust me.
Seeing. And I mean, you are going to present this album also live. You mentioned it already. We can look
Yeah.
forward to a concert coming. So until then, would you share a last message with the Reggaeville family and with your fans out there right here, right now?
The song them I drive them crazy. When they come to it now, if not maybe. Them look at all them boy they shaky. No fool can't test yo. The style when them in now we create it. A rich life from you from we make it. One king alone control the pavement. No fool can't test Reggaeville. We just a simmer. We just a simmer. As a winner, as a king in the world, we live in a Reggaeville. We just a simmer. We just a simmer. As a winner, as a king in the world, we live in a star. Them be that try move the mover. Love your mother come song, them too bad. Reggaeville, do you know we get mad? Why this the program, yo? Yeah, zaga zow, ziggy zaga, boom. Yeah,
Brup, 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 brup.
every time.
Mad. Beenie Man, King of the Dancer. Thank you so much. It was a great pleasure speaking to
Bless.
you, and of course, a great honor. Thank you so much. All the very best still for Simma out there, loving the record. So looking forward to the next 17 albums, you know.
Yeah, looking forward for the 18 and the 19 and the 20.
Of course,
And myself.
definitely. Thank you so much. All the very
Respect and
best.
manners.
Yeah, man. Same to you. Respect and manners every time. Enough love here.
Every time.
Me mad, me sick, me Reggaeville.